There was full installing officer. The officers lately chosen are present and ready to be installed in their respective offices.
Brethren, the first lesson taught us in Freemasonry is that before entering any great or important undertaking, we should first invoke the blessing of God. Very worshipful brother, masters of the reverence, you will therefore cause the officers to kneel on the right place and lead us in prayer.
Our Father, which art in heaven, whose wisdom and goodness manifest themselves in all the works of creation. With filial love and reverence, we invoke thy blessing upon thy children here assembled, and thy grace to consecrate the labors we have meant to perform. We commend to the special care and guidance these officers lately chosen, into whose hands we are about to repose the government of this lodge. Endue them with a just appreciation of the responsibilities they are about to assume. May they ever be mindful to a father's care is always over them, and that thine all-seeing eye is ever upon them.
You will then present to me the brother who has been elected to discharge the important duties of Master of Lodge.
Very worshipful installing officer, I have great pleasure in presenting to you Brother Roland S. Luna, who has been elected by this lodge to be its master for the ensuing Masonic year.
You should know that Brother Roland Luna is well skilled in Awation Cross. He is zealous in his regard for the interest of our order, and is duly qualified to discharge the special duties of the Master King.
It is well known that he is all these, very worshipful installing officer. This certificate vouches for his proficiency in the ritual of our order and is evidence that he is well skilled in our ancient craft. I find him to be of good morals, true and trusty, and as a lover of the fraternity, I doubt not that he discharge his duties with fidelity and honor.
Worshipful Sir, the brethren of this lodge repose in confidence in your integrity, in your zealous regard for the interests of Masonry, and your ability to discharge the duties of the Master's care, have chosen you to occupy that honorable position during the ensuing year. Are you willing to accept this important trust? You will then face the brethren of your lodge. Brethren of Juanes Alano Lodge 137, you now behold before you Brother Roland S. Luna, who has been duly elected to serve this lodge as worshipful master and who is now about to be installed. If any of you have any reason to urge why he should not be installed, you will now make it known, or forever after, hold your peace. My brother, you will face the east. Worshipful brother, hearing no objection, I shall more cheerfully proceed to install you in the dignified and honorable position through which the suffrages of your brethren have called you, not doubting that the dignity of the Oriental chain will be well preserved in keeping, and that the interest and welfare of this lodge will be safely confided to your care. Before commencing your investiture, however, it is necessary that you should signify yourself to those ancient charges and regulations which point out the duties of a master of the lodge, and which on no account are ever to be neglected or departed from. You will be conducted before the altar. The ancient charges and regulations will be read to you by very worshipful brother Michael M. Manapo.
The ancient charges and regulations are as follows. 1. You agree to be a good man and true and strictly obey the moral law. 2. You agree to be peaceable citizens and cheerfully to conform to the laws of the country in which you reside. 3. You promise not to be concealed in plots, conspiracies against government, but patiently to submit to the decision of the Supreme Legislature. 4. You agree to pay proper respect to the civil magistrate, to work diligently, live creditably, and act honorably by all men. 5. You agree to hold in veneration the original rules and patrons of Order of Masonry and the regular successors, supreme and subordinate, according to their stations, and to submit to the awards and resolutions of our brethren, and convene in every case consistent with the Constitution of the Order. You agree to avoid private cliques and quarrels and to guard against intemperance and excess. 7. You agree to be cautious in carriage and behavior, courteous to the brethren and faithful to your lodge. 8. You promise to respect genuine brethren and to discountenance impostors and call dissenters from the original plan of Masonry. 9. You agree to promote the general good of society, to cultivate the social virtues, and to propagate the knowledge of the art. 10. To promise to pay homage to the Grand Master for the time being, and to the officers to duly installed, and to strictly conform to every edict of the Grand Lodge and General Assembly, Masons of Masons, that is subversive of the principles and groundwork of Masonry. Number 11, you admit that it is not the power of any man or body of men to make innovations in the body of Masonry. 12, you promise to regular attendance of the committees and communications of the Grand Lodge on receiving proper notice and to pay attention to all duties of Masonry on convenient occasion. 13, you admit that no new lodge should be formed with permission of the Grand Lodge. No circumstance should be given to any regular lodge to any person clandestinely initiated therein, being contrary to the ancient charges of the order. 14. You admit that the person can be regularly made a Mason or admitted as a member of any regular lodge without previous notice and due inquiry into his character. And 15, you agree that no visitors shall be received into your lodge without due examination and producing proper vouchers of their having been installed in a regular lodge.
These are among the regulations of free and accepted nations, and to this your assent must be freely given. You will now raise your right hand. Do you submit to these charges and promise to support these regulations as masters have done in all ages before you? Then, my brother, in consequence of this assurance and with full confidence in your capacity and zeal, kneel now and place both hands upon the Holy Bible, square and compasses, to take the solemn vow of your office. Repeat after me. I do solemnly and sincerely vow
I do solemnly and sincerely vow
that I will maintain,
that I will maintain,
support, and enforce the Constitution,
support, and enforce the Constitution,
ethics, laws, and regulations
edicts, laws, and regulations
of the most worshipful Grand Lodge
of the most worshipful Grand Lodge
of free and accepted Masons
of free and accepted Masons
of the Philippines
of the Philippines
and the bylaws of my lodge.
and the bylaws of my lodge.
And I will faithfully perform
I will faithfully perform
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
all the duties of my office
all the duties of my office
to which I have been elected.
to which I have been elected.
So help me God.
Help me God.
Amen. Arise, my brother. I will now install you worshipful master of Juanes Alano Lodge, number 137. Very worshipful brother, master of ceremonies, reconduct him in front of the inn.
So many children calling to him by many a different name.
I now invest you with this jewel of your staple, the square.
It's the same.
The square, my brother, is an emblem of morality. And as it is the special badge of the Master's office, it should constantly remind you that not only by precept, but by example, you should promote morals among the brethren, and thus endeavor to avert the shadow of any scandal or reproach against the fraternity. Your former life is given evidence that that jewel will not be an unmeaning symbol you have. And I solemnly charge you to take good care that its luster be not dimmed through any act of yours. I now present to you with a book of the Holy Writing. It is the great light in Masonry and should ever be the great law of the Brotherhood. It will guide you to all truth. It will direct you to eternal happiness. And an attentive regard to divine precept contained will ensure your success in the fulfillment of the duties which you are now about to assume. The working tools of the craft will next be given to you. And as master workman, you may instruct the craftsmen in the various duties and virtues which they have been selected to illustrate. The square teaches us well to regulate our every actions and to let our conduct be governed by the principles of morality and virtue. The compasses teach us to limit our desire in every station and never to suffer our passions and prejudices to become the masters of our judgment. The rule directs the deviating discharge of all our duties, that we should press forward in the straight path of right and truth without inclining to the one hand or the other in all our doings, having eternity in view. The plumb line is an emblem of moral rectitude. It teaches us to avoid all dissimulations and to pursue that honest and upright course in life which will tend to our elevation in the higher realms of immortality. There are still other important things which you will receive in charge.
Sa likod.
That book of Constitution